Hello, kids. It's Grandpa Wes. And this one is for a time when you may feel that you don't have what it takes to be a good missionary, full-time missionary, particularly. Um, you know, I had entered the mission field with maybe some measure of some confidence on one level. I wasn't very confident in my knowledge of the scriptures. I didn't have the opportunity to have full-time seminary, and even the home study thing, I didn't have a in Bahrain, I didn't have a bishop or a young men's president or anybody to push me on that. And so uh, the home study thing did not work out too well for me. So on that front, I didn't have a lot of confidence. But you know what? I was a young, one of the school student body presidents, was accustomed to talking in front of crowds. I sold cars as a freshman in college. Was I had some skills in talking with people, and and so on that side, I wasn't a bashful wallflower that couldn't face people or was nervous about travel. There a lot of things in my life I had some confidence in, and so I headed off on a mission. Now I'm going to read you a poem that I wrote on my mission. It is a fictitious account. What I'm going to share with you is not the true story of how this came down, but it is a true story of a lesson that missionaries learned, and including myself, that it isn't the skills. The Lord doesn't need our skills as much as He needs our heart. And so here's it's called Instead of Special Fanfare. It goes like this. With words of grandest wisdom and with eloquence and style, I had shared the Savior's message with a salesman kind of smile. I was Shakespeare on a mission, but as time came rolling by, I had found my efforts fruitless and began to wonder why. One night I got to wondering, with companion fast asleep, why am I a failure? And I soon began to weep. I slipped from neath the covers and I knelt beside my bed. I raised my eyes toward heaven, then I simply bowed my head. I said, please change these stubborn people to whom I preach the word, who close the door to better things as if they never heard. The Lord returned no answer. Silence filled my head. I stared into the darkness, then climbed back into bed. The morning came so quickly, though we took it rather slow. I prayed again for guidance, but the answer didn't show. We left a little early to go and start our day. We thought we had tracked the houses that were lined along the bay. We walked along a pathway to a house beside the shore and knocked and stood there waiting like every time before. The door swung widely open and a sailor, looking spry, asked if he could help me, and he looked me in the eye. And I was about to start my discourse with words of shining gold to a simple sea dog sailor about 45 years old. But the formed and polished wording I had used right from the start was bound for some strange reason, and the Spirit filled my heart. And instead of special fanfare so beautifully composed, I released a testimony my deeper soul enclosed. I said, the Lord has called a prophet. I really know it's true. He directed us to share it and sent us here to you. A moment's worth of silence. The sailor stroked his chin. His eyes still staring through me, he motioned us on in. The sailor's wife and children were gathered by his side, and with pure and simple plainness, we taught and testified. The story could go further, but sufficeth it to say, they felt that special spirit and are active still today. And I think back on that prayer I gave on that dark and restless night, and I think I found the error now. The wording wasn't right. I'd said, please change these stubborn people to whom I preach the word, who close the door to better things as if they never heard. But the Lord told Brother Joseph when the church was in its youth to teach things by the Spirit, which was sent to teach the truth. To rely on man's abilities alone we can't afford, for taught by any other way, it isn't of the Lord. It's not just in the listener's ear where the problem always starts. Sometimes it's in the teacher's voice and the Spirit in the heart. That was, I wrote that because I truly believe that. I had learned quickly that it really is not the skill sets, the smoothness, the confidence of being able to speak that makes the difference. It's carrying the message in the heart. The Lord just needs your lips to move and your feet to move, and He takes care of the rest. And so when you trust in the Lord, it all works out. So I look forward to the missions that my grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren and all of that you will accomplish. And I have confidence in you, so does the Lord. And look forward to hearing great reports.